Hi, I'm Robin Sherman, the Curator and Museum Manager for the historic Lucknow Mansion at Castle in the Clouds. If you've visited the virtual library on our website this spring, I'm also the voice you've heard on many of those videos. I've really enjoyed working on those videos during the stay-at-home period, telling some of the stories about the Lucknow estate that we don't usually have time to share during a regular castle tour. But this video is going to be a little different. Today, as I film this, it is Monday, June 8th, and after nearly 3 months, I'm back at the castle. And honestly, it is one of my favorite times of the year. Today, we start the process of reopening the Lucknow Mansion and prepping for visitor tours. Of course, winter around here can be really exciting. That's when we do the majority of our restoration work, and despite everything, this year was no different. We've had our teams of preservation specialists working on several really important projects over the winter and spring. If you visit this season, you might notice some shiny new skylights up on the roof. The original skylights, at 106 years old, were no longer weatherproof, and as you might imagine, that's a big problem for a historic house. So we had replicas manufactured and installed to maintain the historic appearance while best protecting the castle's interior finishes and collection. The North Tower has also been getting a facelift this spring. Crews have been repointing the stonework, repairing or replacing oak timbers as needed, and restoring the original windows and door. Again, all this work is vital to ensuring that the mansion is weatherproof, and this will enable us to continue our restoration efforts on the interior spaces in the coming years. But this is a place that's meant to be shared. We love opening day and finally being able to have guests back on property. And the run-up to opening is busy. So I want to show you around a little, give you an idea of what the castle looks like in the off-season and what we'll be working on in the coming weeks to get ready for your visit this summer. So this is the master bedroom, and this is a really good example of what the rooms look like in the mansion in the off-season. We cover everything with sheets to keep the dust off of it. We hang blackout curtains in all of the windows and doors to help keep the sunlight from doing more damage to the historic furniture as much as possible in the off-season. We take down all of the curtains and the silk shades and put those into storage to protect them as well. So really one of our biggest opening projects is to uncover all of the furniture, dust everything again, give all of the rooms a really good once-over cleaning, and then we can start putting on the finishing touches, hanging the curtains, putting out the props to make it feel like a lived-in home. All of those little things that bring the rooms to life for our guests. So here's a little sneak peek for you. If you've been to the castle in the last couple years, you will probably remember that the green room, the large guest bedroom on the second floor, was empty while we were looking for an appropriate suite of furniture. We actually had a suite donated to us late last year, and we have been in the process of installing it in the green room. So it's not fully installed, but here's a little glimpse of what it will look like this year. So I mentioned that restoration work continues to go on through the winter and spring. Right now I'm standing in the library, and this has been one of our big focuses this past winter. It's not going to be 100% restored for this season. There are some additional pieces that need to come together, but we've made some strides, and I'm just going to show you around a little bit. So the first project we tackled this winter was the restoration of the cove ceiling in the ingle nook of the library. This is more or less what it would have looked like when the plants lived here. We have a few historic photos that you can just get a hint of this cove structure from, but when they opened the ceiling, they were able to find the original wire lath and a few chunks of plaster, showing how the structure was formed, and we were able to recreate the appearance. So the other really massive project that took place in this room this winter was the refinishing of the wood paneling, which there's quite a lot of, and it involved removing layers of an orange shellac that was added post-plant occupation, and refinishing to the kind of rustic, low luster tone that is evident in the historic photos. And what happened is it really brought out an absolutely beautiful view of the grain of the wood. So this is dramatically different than what it looked like before, and I hope when you stop by this season you take a few moments to appreciate how beautiful this woodwork is. So as you can see, there are some paint samples on the wall behind me, and one thing that we are going to be doing before we open this season is painting this entire room. It's not going to be the final appearance. Eventually we will be putting a replica silk wall covering on the walls in here, but the paint will give you a better idea of what the original color scheme in the room was, and will just be a preparation for installing that fabric when it is reproduced and available to install. Opening up the Lucknow Mansion is a big project, and that's not even to mention all of the other work that goes into prepping the property for a regular season. So I'm gonna get to work, and by July 1, we will have this place looking beautiful for you. For the most up-to-date information about the castle, please visit our website, castleintheclouds.org, or follow us on social media. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had to make some alterations to our typical visitor experience this season, and we'll be making some announcements in the coming weeks about what those changes are and what you can expect. We're so excited to be able to invite guests back on property soon and share the amazing story of this estate in person. The castle's a truly special place, and I hope to see you up here this summer.